Our painting today is called Butterfly Among the Dogwood. Paints that we'll be using is black, light magenta, light olive green, chrome oxide green, permanent red, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, white, and phthalo blue. The brushes we'll be using today is a number 12 flat, a number 10 flat, 5/8 angle, a number 4 Filbert, and this is the Master's Touch, a number 4 Filbert, and this is the Princeton Velvet Touch, a 5/0 liner brush, that's the long bristle, and a 10/0 liner brush. I also used a pencil, a tiny piece of chalk, and a notebook. So the canvas we're going to be using today is 11 by 14. It's stretch primed and ready to go. I also went ahead and put 2 coats of permanent black paint on it. So let's get painting. So I have a 6 by 6 piece of paper here, and I just kind of, because I can't draw, I just kind of sketch out my butterfly here. And so what I'm going to do, and we can always go back and redo stuff. I'm just going to real quick cut this out. Okay, so there's half of my butterfly. If you're like me and you're not, I can get one side, but I can't get the other side to match it. And if I want it to match, then I have to do something else. So I'm hoping that my black here is not going to be too shiny with the lights, but that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put my butterfly right in here. I'm going to try tracing it out with my pencil. I know y'all won't be able to see it, so I'm just going to try to trace it out, and then I'll come back with my chalk so that y'all can see it. Okay, then I can just flip this over, put this here, and I have my other wings. I'm going, now you've seen how I did it. I just drawed mine on a piece of paper, and I can't even explain to you. Well, I'm going to try to explain to you. I had a 6 by 6. I came up and just kind of made me a, I come off the edge of the paper to the edge of the paper. But I just kind of drawed it out to where I wanted this wing, and I actually wanted this wing a little further out than I did. Oops, where did it go? Come here, little fella. So if I put my pencil straight, this wing is here, and this wing comes out further. So that's what I wanted it to do. And so I've just laid it on here, and I'm going to grab a piece of chalk. I literally have that little piece of chalk left. I was going to buy chalk the other day. I was going to order it from Walmart in my grocery buggy, and it was like $6. I think one was $5 and one was $6. Y'all, I'm not paying. I'm sorry. It'll just have to wait for another time, because that's ridiculous for chalk. So what I'm doing is, let's see. I'm just going to come in here and trace out my butterfly. And you know, you can lay your butterfly anywhere you want to. It's your butterfly. And if you, like I said, if you can draw a butterfly, that's great. Me, I can't, oops, I want to come down here more. I can't draw on both sides like I want them to be. So I have to trace it on paper. It's hard to see, and that's why I'm trying to get it right here where y'all can see it. And I can see it. So that's part of our little butterfly. I have never done a black canvas, and so you can buy gesso, and I have some gesso. I just didn't think about using the gesso when I was thinking about painting this butterfly. So, but anyway, I'm going to be doing some other little things on here with it. I'm going to put my dainty little piece of chalk back into the place I had it, which I can never find. It's white on white, that's why it's hard to see. I have some phthalo blue. Don't look at all the colors on, because I'm using that on something else, but I've got some white here and some phthalo blue that I want to make a lighter color. And I don't know if I have enough, so let me go back in here, whoops, and just pick up some white. So I'm going to pick up some of that and some of my blue together and just see how that does. I'm going to come in right in here and just put some down. Now I know my is a black canvas, but we'll do some kind of colors to help him. We'll do something to make him look pretty. Alright, so I'm going to just pick up some phthalo blue at this point and come in and just let these kind of blend in together. And I can tell I'm going to have to probably go over this with more than one coat. So I have some blue and both blues. Phthalo blue and phthalo blue with white. Trying to stay inside my lines, but I am trying to get that chalk off. So, I mean, I can always come back with water and get it, but, you know, why do that when I can use the brush to do it now? Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit for a little bit, and I'm going to come over here and do this side. Sometimes we just have to kind of hold our mouse right when we go around these curves. I can pick up some more white with this if I want to. Just kind of so I couldn't decide if I wanted purple or I wanted blue. And I guess the blue won out, but I'm not through yet, so there might be some purple on this butterfly too. Just got to get our base down. So I washed and dried my brush. I'm still going to use my angle brush. I'm going to pick up some black. A little bit of black and that phthalo blue. I want more phthalo blue than I want black. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put down this blue over this black. So we're still making his body, still got some black and blue in there. We're making him black and blue. And I really don't have to add any black to it because it's with the black canvas, it's just making it's fine. Now I know I'm pulling up some of that chalk, and that's okay. We'll wipe it off or get some more. I just picked up some more of the black and blue because I have more blue in there. I just want to make sure. I'm going to probably end up putting several coats on anyway, so. Just want to bring this to a little point. If we want to bring it out a little bit more to a more little point, that's fine. Okay. So, y'all can actually, I can see it on the camera more blue than I can just looking at it, because of I guess because of the lights. When I look up at the camera, I can see I see it a little bit better. So now I'm going to pick up my number 4 Filbert brush. I'm just wetting it just a little bit, wiping it off. I'm going to work on this little head, and I'm just going to pick up again that blue and black, and I'm just going to come in and make his head. circle his head around. Yeah, I need to get over right in here where that chalk line is. I think what I'm going to do, because these are really wide from the chalk, I don't want them that wide, so I'm actually going to take my water and wipe these off right now. And I'm just going to do that. I've done that basically for y'all because the antennas I can pretty well do myself. I don't need the lines for that. I'm just going to wet my number 0/10 liner and wipe it off. I did it with my fingers. I just wiped it off. So I'm going to see if I can bring you down a little bit. I'm going to pick up the blue and black. Actually, I'm going to put a little water with it because I want it kind of ink consistency, and I'm going to put a little more, probably a little more blue in there. That's okay. Just to get it. And I roll my brush in it, and so I'm just going to bring this up like this, and this is going to be hard to see. It is really hard to see, but that's okay. Then I'm going to put a little dot on the end of it. And then I'm going to make another one over here. I'm almost thinking I might need a little white in there. Just, there we go. Just to give it a little, let us know it's there. And that could be a little highlight for it too. Yeah, I like that. And then I've got to put the little dot right here. So, and then I can, if I think I got too much white in there, I can just bring this blue back over, and that's going to help it. So, there's our little antenna. All right, I'm going to pick up my 5/8 again because I'm coming out here with just some of the phthalo blue and see how I'm like blacking that. If I have to put, if I end up wanting some black in there, I can do some stuff with it and put black on here. Okay, so I'm just going around that chalk edge, and then I'm just kind of bringing in and just pulling and releasing. I like it. I do. I'm just bringing my phthalo blue. I've seen others paint on the black canvas, but I've never done it, and so yeah, I want to try it. And I'm probably going to have to come here with some more blue in these areas because of the black's just a little overpowering my blue from where I'm sitting. But it's showing up really good there. That's where we're headed. It's just come in here. We're going to close in this chalk. I was just sitting the other day, and I was looking at that. I've got one coming. Y'all haven't seen it yet, but I painted a painting the other day and it had some black on it. And I seen the colors on it, and I thought, that is so pretty. And then I just got to thinking, I would like to do one on the black, and I think I'd like to put a butterfly in it. Make it look, see how the butterfly looks with the different colors. And so that's why I'm doing this today. This one's got a little more of the light blue coming in through it, but that's okay. So I got this dried, and what you see me do, I just took a, well, it's a dirty paper towel, but anyway, I just took a comber that was clean and dampened it, and I just went around and got rid of my chalk lines on my painting. I'm going to pick up my angle brush again, and I'm going to just grab the Phthalo Blue, and again I'm just going to come in. I can come back in that little head now because I see it pretty good. And if I need to, if I feel like I can't stay inside the little lines, I can always, and I didn't, I can always add more. Okay. Just want his little hit. Well, you know, he's blowed up. He's blowed up really big for y'all to see. And that's okay. That's what I wanted. Okay, so I'm just putting this on, and I'm going to get quiet and just paint this content. I've got my 10/0 liner brush, and I'm going to pick up my light blue, and I'm going to come around, and I may have to turn it a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to come around and just outline my little butterfly. So you will see what I'm doing. I'm not going to talk because it's a lot of concentration on my part to stay light as a feather if I can, because I want it tiny. And I'm just putting some little highlights on the antenna with this light color, just coming around the edge a little bit. Just kind of filled in the dot up just a little bit so that, you know, you can see those antennas pretty good. So you've seen what I did. It's very light because your butterfly, you know, pick up a butterfly and it'll just kind of, sometimes they disintegrate in your hands. And so that's what I'm just trying to be very light with my brush so it doesn't disintegrate. I know it's not, but I just want to do it very lightly. That's what I wanted. I'm going to grab some of this. I've got to make some decisions here. So I could have come on out further with the body, made it more attached. But I didn't, so it's okay. I'm happy with it. I've got Phthalo Blue on my 10/0 liner, and I'm just kind of, again, very lightly going around it to where it gets so dark you can't see it. And so I'm just outlining my butterfly in the blue part, the light blue part. With that phthalo blue, that the way I'm looking at it almost looks purple. I like it, but it makes it look kind of purple. All right, so we're gonna just come in here. bringing in some of this Phthalo Blue, and I'm coming in these spots and just kind of filling them in where they're going to be. So they'll maybe, I can put the paint where I want it to, is what I'm actually doing. I'm using this little liner brush. I know this is darker, and that's okay. We're not going in with black. We're going to do some white in there. But I just want to come back in here with these, with the Phthalo Blue, with this smaller brush. You could probably use a bigger brush, but I'm okay. This way I can control how much I'm putting in there. And then I just kind of smooth it out into the other. It's just giving us some, it's drying darker when, you know, every time you use acrylic paints, it dries darker. And I'm just determining where I want to come out a little bit more. You know, I can kind of sweep it in there a little bit and make them look like little lines or veins or whatever I want it to. See, I can come out in here and I can come around, and I just kind of go with the flow of the well, I think the wing is turning and going. I don't want to get too much on my brush, and I'm doing that very lightly, so see, that didn't even get all the lines, but that's just giving us some color in there. Takes a little more time, but that's okay. Okay. I just want to bring some of this back up in here because it's going to, like I said, it's going to dry darker anyway. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to use my little brush, and I'm going to come in and just kind of do it where I want to, if I even want to. I like the little vein like in there, so just gives it some character. Okay, so like right here, I'm not liking, it looks like I'm not putting much on, so that's why I'm coming back in there, just putting a little more on. And when I'm using this little brush, it's not using, I'm not doing a whole bunch of paint at one time, so that's okay. And if it, you know, it doesn't matter if they kind of cross over at some point. I just don't care because, I mean, each butterfly is different. Like every snowflake, every person. So you can tell that one was really dark. It's okay with me. And if I don't like it, you know, I have other colors over here. I can always bring in some of those colors and change it. So right along in here, I'm just bringing in some more and just sweeping it in. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to pick up some of this lighter blue, and I'm thinking I'm just going to come in and do some colors with it. There we go. I keep getting more and more of my Phthalo Blue in there. I just want to put some light colors in here. So it's just different. I got a spot right here since I have this that I didn't like the way it done a while ago, so I'm just going to bring it down. And I can pick up some more of that Phthalo Blue in there and make it a little darker if I want to. There we go. Because I'm using a small brush, so that's okay. And that just kind of blends in with it. So just to give my little butterfly some life, I'm going to use some white. And I'm just going to grab my liner brush and I'm going to put a little water to it, and then I'm going to pick up just some white. I think it's I have some of that blue to it. But we're just going to come across and put my arm here. And I'm just going to put some little lines. He doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a little something to give him a little something different too. Else, I might put a couple little. I want to put a couple little dots up here. That one kind of drug. And that's all I'm going to do. I think I want to bring in my white. And I'm just going to make some polka dots. And I'm going to use my small brush. Because they don't have to match. They just have to go on there. And nowhere do I see that they have to be perfectly round and even. Let's see how that just gives that a little more pop. They can be different sizes. But basically a round shape. And they don't have to be perfectly round. Whoops, that was picked up a little blue from somewhere. Wasn't quite dry. So I may have to come back and I'm going to wash that. But yeah. So I like that. I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. I'm going to turn this, I'm sorry. Come right in here and I'm going to start putting some white polka dots on. Because that white just kind of makes it pop out more. I'm going to take some of this white that I have and a little more of phthalo, and I'm going to try to make me another color. You can make it as light as you want or dark. If you want it lighter, add white. You want it darker, add phthalo. But I'm going to come around where I come in here with darker phthalo blue here. I'm going to come around these darker parts with a little lighter. And if I wanted to go on up, I can. I like that. So that's as long as I can try to keep my hand out of the dots. And do it lightly. Because that's going to make, you see the difference already from from that and that. It's just adding a little more color. It up there. Okay, and I just kind of faded that into that other blue, so that's the way I like it. Alright, so I think that's good. I'm going to let this dry. I've got some burnt sienna. I have a 10/0 liner brush here that has the longer brush, and I'm going to stick that in my and roll it in my burnt sienna. That's what I'm using. And I'm just going to come across, I don't want big stuff, I just want a few little limbs in here, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to come back to this part, and then I'm just going to come across here, and I'm making it, I might run out, but I'm making it wiggly, and then we can just come back in here and wiggle some more. And I'm just going to put a few more because I want some. And I'm kind of twisting my brush so that you can see that it's getting bigger in some spots. So, and then and all I'm doing is rolling my brush, and I'm just putting it on here, and then I'm just kind of rolling it back and forth. And then if I want it to give me a bigger spotlight right here on the edge, I'm just coming back, loaded my brush, come back, and just come off. And so. Yeah, I want to let that dry. So I've got my 5/8 angle brush. I've got some chrome oxide green and some light olive green, and I'm going to dip my toe and my heel into my paints. And then I'm just going to try to come in here and make me a leaf. I want it to look. I'm going to have to get some more. And I'm just laying it down, and I'm just spreading out. I'm going to do another one here. Now what I did, they might look weird to you, but I just took my brush, and you just seen how I just kind of come out with them. So that's basically just some little leaves here on the tree. They already got 2 different colors going on in there, so I like that. Bring in a little more of my green here, and I can bring in a little more. Just kind of lay it down like I'm icing a cake. So, yep, that just gives us a little bit more. And I'm going to wipe my brush off and pick up a little bit of Oxide green and come in here and just kind of blend that in together. So that just does its thing there. I'm going to do the same thing over here to this one. I'm going to pick up both greens, and I showed you, I'm just rubbing this out so I have it on both sides. And then I'm just going to bring in a leaf right here. And there's no, there we go, just making little leaves on our trees. And just kind of push down and go out, push down and go out, push down, go out. And so there's our leaves. And on that black, to me it just really pops. It's so pretty to me. Okay, I've got those 2 colors on my brush again. I'm wiping them down, and I'm going to come right in here, and I'm going to make me a leaf here. And I'm going to make you one right here. Kind of like that, like it is. Okay, so let's do another one here. Because, you know, springtime, you get flowers, but you also get plenty of leaves coming out too. So I think I might mix that up a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to put one more right along in here, and then one right in here. But get some more color on my brush. Okay. I'm going to use some light magenta and some white. And actually, I think instead of using my angle brush this time, I'm going to come in here. Some of these, if you think they might have dried not dark enough for you, you could always come in there and put more. You could put a little. Let's see. I could take the flat and come in there and just add a little bit of highlight in there to it. If you wanted to do something like that. I'm not trying to do too much, but I'm just putting a little. That gives it just a little highlight in your flower. Might have got too much in that one. And I can always just put a little more green if I feel like, you know, like right here might be a little light. I can always just come in and dab a little color more in here if I wanted to. Okay. So that's, you can play with them as much as you want to. I'm just adding some of this light olive green into it, because I think that's a really pretty color on this black. I think it just can help it to pop some. So yeah. And then when I put it over the white, that just brings it in a little bit more. So, and if I, like right here, I think I would like some more chrome green, then I can bring in some of that too. So that's why I dried it, and then I can see where I was going from there. Now I'm going to dry it again because I don't want green flowers. I'm going to use my flat brush, my number 10 flat, and the magenta and the white is what I'm going to use together. And again, I'm putting some, I've got some white here and magenta, and I put some on one side and one on the other, and I'm just pulling it down. And then we're just going to see what kind of flowers we can make. I'm thinking I'm going to be into putting more pink on the outside. I might just come in here and put the white and then come back and put pink over it, because I do like that, y'all. It's making a pretty little flower though. And all I'm doing is, you see, I'm just kind of rubbing it in. Let's see, and I'm just using plenty of paint here because I need it on my brush. And I'm just gonna kind of like my own little dogwood tree is what it looks like to me, and that's what I want, is dogwood. So I'm just gonna come in here and add another one. Whoops, I just bounced it. I haven't seen any dogwoods blooming yet, But I'm hoping it won't be long because Easter is just a few weeks away, and it's amazing how it always kind of knows when Easter's coming. Right, I got to turn my my canvas around, and I'm putting the pink on the outside. And it doesn't have to be perfect, y'all, because it's not going to be perfect if I'm doing it. And we're going to come back and put some more stuff on that. So, yeah, I like the way it's looking. I think I'm going to put another one right in here because I like odd numbers, not even numbers. So let's grab some more white and some more pink magenta. And it doesn't, we don't even have to act like it's on a limb. It can just be there. Now this one I put the pink on the inside, so it doesn't much matter. I may come back and do something else there, I don't know. But I like the little flowers. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to wipe my brush off because I feel like I got a lot of paint on my brush. Okay, I'm just going to add my white and my pink again, if you can see how I've got it. And I'm just going to come right here, just kind of add some color. And this can be just a little dogwood. I just got pink and white on it and letting it kind of do its own thing here. So, yep, we got a little. If we wanted to add just some white, we can. I just have more white here. And it's making more pink. The pinky color, but that's okay. I'll pick up some of this other pink and just come in here. And then we can just kind of come off right here, so I'll know that I'm going to add something to that. But I kind of like the pink and the white together on my palette, on my brush. We can go over one, and we're going to go over this one, that's fine. Might be got them a little close there. Let's see if I can get some more over here. And I don't know a flower that's perfect, so don't look at my unperfect flowers. Just look at look at the colors of them. Just going to grab some more pink, darker pink in here, and I'm just kind of laying it down right there with my paintbrush, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's, I might, well, that's like two different colors there, but I may go in there and do something to divide that too. So if I just want more white, I can come in here and do one with more white. And then I'm just going to bring that one. And I'm just putting my that kind of look kind of weird, I know, but I can bring some more pink into it and kind of divide them into petals. Okay. I'm trying to make them look I know they might look more like peach trees than they do dogwoods, but I want them to look, I want to call them dogwoods. And there's white ones and there's pink ones. Okay. I've got 7 on this side and I got 3 on that side. And I may come in here and just do some touching up to some and see how I like it now that I can see it better. I'm just bringing in some color right in here. Just, if it's pink, I'm bringing in some white. If it's white, I'm just bringing in some pink. And you can see I'm just kind of ruffling some edges. I don't mind a bunch of different colors in there because I like them. I like the colors. Alright, y'all. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I've just decided. You know me. I like flowers. I like lots of flowers. So I'm going to wet my long liner brush. And I'm going to come in and grab me some brown, burnt rust. And I'm going to just come in right here. And I'm just going to roll off. So that's not very much. I'm going to use my flat again because I'm hoping I don't end up making it brown, but we'll see. I'm going to pick up my greens again, both of them. And then I'm just going to come in and put me some leaves down. Okay. Yep, I did it. I went ahead and put them there. So I need to let this dry. So I think I've been talking to myself and my video camera hasn't been working. So what I'm going to show you is when you look at a painting sometimes and you decide I just don't like something about it. Well, that's what this is. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to try to fix this. So what I did is I just come along with chalk and I just came off of this line. Did me a little wiggly line over here the same. And then I just come out from this. So this is going to come to this top and this is going to come to the bottom. And we're going to see if I can fix it. And then that way you'll see there's always ways to fix it. Now, I have a number 4 Filbert, but it is a master's touch. And if you look at it versus the Princeton Velvet Touch, both of these are number 4s, but this one is bigger than this one. And I use this one, but now I'm going to use this one because I don't want to use a big brush. I still need something small. I'm just going to dip my brush in my water and then wipe it off. And then I've got some white. I'm adding a little more white to my blue to try to make it a little bit lighter. And try to blend these in. And I'm just going to come in right in here. And there we go. That's all I'm going to do. Same way right here. I'm just going to bring this in. Oops. And I can just kind of rub it in to blend them. That's all I'm going to do. And then we can always come back in here and fix other things. But if I need a little more, a little darker blue, I can bring the blue in. Because I think I had a little whiter. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty simple fix. Now let's do this side. Same thing. Just kind of blending it in. And then I'm just going to wipe my brush off. And I'm just going to pick up my Phthalo Blue. And that's all. I'm just putting on my brush. And I'm just going to come in here. And I'm just going to... now that's got... I got to wash my brush. I'm sorry. It's making it too light for me. But if I want to bring this down a little bit more, I can. That's when I can tell what I need to do. I may have to, because of this not matching, I may have to come in and add some more phthalo once it dries. Just kind of putting a little, you can see that's closed in my butterfly. I like that better than I like that other. Just picking up some phthalo. And then we're just kind of coming around. And this is just gets us our coat, so we'll know where to kind of let's see, I'm looking at this. I may have to take some of this off because it's just looking like it's a little too a little too much for me right there. I just want to scoop it down in there a little bit. There we go. Just taking my paintbrush and just wiping some off, and that just gives me a little more just trying to make it look a little even. There we go. So at this point I gotta let it dry, and then we can come back and work on some more of this getting more darker. Okay, so while that is drying, so we can get another look at it, I'm going to come back in here with my number 10, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my flowers. I'm going to do my pinks and my white, and I'm just going to come on back in here, and you have to just putting some color right there, and then we're just gonna grab it white, and I got some pink with this one, and we're just gonna do another one here. I'm gonna come over. My white is and then I'm just gonna fill this in with some pink in here now and white. So I'm going to pick up my smaller filbert because I do want to come around some of these edges and stuff. Oh, I just touched something. Yeah, look what I did. Did I touch it with the white? Or was that chalk? Well, we'll see. If it's don't come off, I know it's white paint, and then I'll have to fix that. Alright, so I'm just going to pick up some of my pink, light magenta, and I'm going to come around my edges here just to trying to fill it in a little bit more. I got purple on there for some reason, y'all. Guess I used it with blue. So that actually came off a little purple, and I'm just going to come back with my magenta. I got my brush cleaned, and I'm going to just come back around here. And I'm playing with white and pink. That's all I'm doing is playing with white and pink. It doesn't have to be. If I've got too much, I just want a little something different on the ends right here to make it look like, you know, it's not a lot of detail, but it's a little something there to, you know, that something's going on in this painting. So I'm going to pick up some pink right in here, and I'm just kind of, when I see rough edges, that's where, and they're not dark on this black, that's where I want to try to come in and try to fix some of it. And I don't mind the, you know, the dogwoods are usually pink, or not quite as dark pink, but in my little world, they're going to be dark pink. And then we'll go with white there. So, as you can see, I'm just kind of coming in and doing some touch-ups. I'm using just both different colors. You might use white one time, and I might use the light magenta one time, and then I may mix them together. And when I mix them together, that's when I get a lighter pink. So, and there we can tell that we had something going on there. And I'm just tapping it a little bit. Just tap it in. That's our dogwood. We're not through with our dogwood yet, though. And you do know, I know most of you probably know, that the little, well, that's going to be, we're going to do that in whiter. What I'm adding represents, if we can tell it, this would be the arms, and this would be the legs and the head. So get it right here. This represents the blood from his hands, and this would represent the blood from his feet and head. And then we'll come back in and add the crown to it. You know, it's just amazing how that flower, God developed that flower as a reminder to us. Alright, so I'm going to just come in with a little pink here, a little darker pink here, and here, and some right in here. I might want some white there, I don't know, let's see. Yep, just got some different colors going on. I don't know what I was talking about. I know I was talking about how amazing it was that God did what God did when He made the dogwoods. My battery on my, I have video difficulties sometimes, and that's what I was having problems with. It just didn't want to be what it needed to be. So I had to fix it. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and cover that up. Then I'm going to pick up some white here. Tap. Just make it represent the blood. Actually might add some red to this to make it look more like the blood. So I'm coming back in here with my number 4 Filbert, and I'm just coming with my phthalo my phthalo. And like I said, I may have to add several coats, but that's okay. I don't really need to touch up these pokey dots here, I don't think, but you know. Just kind of brushing that in now. And I'm going to do this, just the Filbert, just the phthalo. See, I tell you, sometimes you just got to go in and fix your painting to make it try to look like the way you want it to look. So I got some phthalo on my white circle. I'm not really worried about it. Use my small Filbert, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that red. And I'm just going to come in here and tap a little bit. Let's see how that looks. I think that's a little bit too much. Alright, so what I did is I just used a little white and pink. It's made a peachy, orangey color. It's a pink. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah. I like that. That's just giving me my, I know it's more orangey. Oh, you can see it. But I do like it because it does. Maybe, let's see. I'll add a little bit of the magenta and see what that does to it. Might regret that, but let's see. Yeah, I still like it, so. All we got to do is we're just tapping. And if this doesn't look like dogwoods to you, the dogwoods, then, you know, that's okay. You make your own. Do what you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to come back in with that. The red and, yeah, red and white and light magenta. Okay, so this one's going to be a little harder to see, so I think I'm going to try to pick up a little white with it and make it a little lighter. Don't really mean to go off the flower, but you know, sometimes it is what it is. I just want it to be a little different. I think I might be going a little crazy. Okay, go right here. Let's put a little white in here. Okay, so that, yeah, I'm going to put a little, I think I'm going to come back and just tap a little white in there with them, because it makes it look like a little something different. It's not bringing in that, yeah, I like the white with it. Kind of blocks that orangey. Because on the flowers it's really subtle, and that's kind of what we want it to be. We just want it to be a little subtle. I mean, you can see it. I mean, it's nothing hid. So, whoops, what I meant for to be a simple painting has turned into a little more than just a simple painting. But you know what? I like it. I do like it, y'all. So let's get us some more white. Just come in and tap. So I have some yellow ochre, and I think I'm going to use some, let's just see how the yellow ochre looks first. It's a golden yellow. I'm just rolling my liner brush down in it. I think I'm going to pick up some of this burnt sienna too, and put some of that in there first. And then I'll come over with the yellow. And that's all we're going to be doing, is just putting some little taps. This is our crown for our blood. I mean, this is our crown that goes on his, that went on his head. That's what it represents. I got some water here, some that's just really thick, and I got to thin it out some. And I'm going to pick up some more of that burnt sienna, and I'm just going to start tapping. And some of these spots I see, like this one didn't do the center, so it's going to get a lot of brown in it to cover up that center. And just come in and tap some. There we go. That's our little crown. It was a high price for our Savior, though. I'm thinking. For dying on Calvary for me. I've tried to grow dogwood trees in my yard, but I can't get them to grow. Well, we went and got them out the woods. We went and bought them from the store. I mean, we just could never get them to grow. Okay, so those flowers are done as far as I'm concerned. And then we're going to finish these up. Well, that one just kind of messed up on me, but that's okay. I got my little thorns there. So, it's got to dry. Alrighty, so I'm back with my number 10 flat. I am picking up some more of my Filbert. I got Filbert on my brain. Picking up some more of my Phthalo Blue. And then I'm just going to come in here and bring this out a little bit more. Because it's like it's not, it's way up there. Okay, and you can see I'm just coming in and putting some more lines in. We're going to use our number 10 over 0 liner brush. I'm going to wet it just a little bit, wipe it off. I'm going to pick up just some Phthalo Blue. I'm going to put my hand over this so I can try to divide this. Now, I know I did that. We're gonna see something else in a minute. So it doesn't have to be a straight line. I'm going to bring in some of that lighter blue, and I'm going to come into a certain point. I'm going to have to wet that a little bit because it's just my blue is getting a little dry on me here. Okay. And then just so lightly, I'm coming around my edge again, if I can. And I see a little spot right here. I'm just going to fix that. I'm okay with it being a little more blue right there. Okay, and then we can just bring this in and come back out right here. We just made like a little V shape, and then we just go in there and coming back around. And so that is that side of the butterfly as far as that part's done. I'm gonna flip it over and try to, I'm gonna have to work right here. So what I'm gonna do is more of that blue. I'm just going to come in, and we can actually just make us a V right there, and then we'll know to come from there. So it just kind of blends from one to the other. And then we'll just go ahead and lightly, oh so lightly. Alright, I've got white and I've got pink in my whites, but I'm going to try to use my white that does not have so much pink in it. So we're going to come back in here and put us another, I'm going to put one right here. And let's see, I think I put one here. And then I'm going to put another one right there. So we'll have that taken care of. And I like my butterfly like this so much better than I did the other way. I don't know what I was thinking of, why I made it like that. So I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to pick up some black. I'll pick up a little black here. I just need a little bit to come in here and put this little line. There we go. And I just put that little division in there for him. Okay, so then we'll come over here and do this one too. I'm going to take up this black and I'm going to touch up this right here where I said I touched it. Okay. Alright, so I touched that. Touched up that. Let's see. I don't know what where I'm going to sign this thing at because I don't want to kill my flowers. I think what I'm going to do, because you can't see it on black, I like the light blue. I'm going to grab the light blue. I put some water on it. And I'm hoping to twist it a little bit. And I'm going to come right down here and sign my name. Just got to get this in fixed. Okay. And that is that. So this concludes our tutorial today. Butterfly among the dogwoods. I hope you'll pick up a paintbrush and get a painting, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching. God bless.